Hello everyone and welcome to Top Tier Tier's set overview of the GochiUsa extra pack. I am lycheepunnet. With me I have as always my co-host El Prez.
Sup?
And we have Penguin420, Mr. English World Champion.
I, I,
YouTube.com
I tried
slash
my
C slash
best.
StrictlyBroken.
I tried my best, by the way, to try to recreate the image that we did the first time we did a GochiUsa set review video, but it's
I,
not nearly as funny.
I'm speechless and I will applaud your efforts. Anyway, uh, so the consensus on the deck. What do you guys think of it?
Top tier
Uh,
meta best deck.
So
Alright, so
that was
Red
fast.
Red Blue Rabbit House is a likely top tier deck. That's what Mr. Anime himself is saying. Do you agree?
I do agree, and I think it's fundamentally adding to our previous S tier champion of Tulaveru.
Yep. I think that's pretty reasonable. It does burn a lot. You do require a hefty 10 stock and a lot of, like, you need 6 cards, which is, like,
Not
almost,
unreasonable, but
it's not unreasonable, but it also requires that you have a little bit of luck to do. Double combo, I think, is quite simple. Like, that's something you should be able to get every game.
draw two, ditch one. Like, you should easily be able to like find 2 copies plus the climax off the back of that.
Yeah.
The
Well, yeah,
like,
that's...
a lot of times people need to put something into perspective to understand how easy it is. But like Sal always does double Xenon, right? So Sal always does double Xenon. That takes 6 stock. But Sal also level 1 combo. They have to do like 2 or 3 of them to have a good game. And so if you just put that in context, they have to do 2 or 3 to have a good game. They also early play a lot of the time. So that's 5 stock that you're not doing in this deck if you want to do triple, right?
Well,
So
you do have an early play healer that you might be playing.
I think games will divide. They'll literally divide in games where you want to early play and games where you want to wombo combo them, right? So that's all.
My problem is that if you aren't wombo comboing, this deck is suddenly extremely, like,
Medium.
whatever. It's still decent, but I would barely call it top 10 if that.
But you see,
'Cause the only...
it's a little bit weird when you like compare the wombo combo to like Tulaveru, right? Like Tulaveru's wombo combo is limited by having the specific characters in your hand. This is like actually limited by real resources.
Tulaveru's strength is that it goes off almost every time, even the times where he had a terrible game.
What I've had
This-
like incredible games where it's like top deck the climax and this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, I agree. But this one, you need to have had at least a decent game in order to really go off. Double is not too difficult. Sometimes you won't get it, but whatever. Triple is where you need a bit of luck in addition to, like, navigating the game well. But I think it is very possible to navigate the game well to the point where you can probably get this off most games, to be honest. Like, I'd give it a solid maybe 60% hit rate against the standard field.
60, 70. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, and even when you aren't, you can often double, and that might just be good enough, because some proportion of this time, your opponent's just having bad luck, at which point you don't need to triple to win the game.
Yeah.
That's just part of Weiss.
So a lot of times when I'm resolving triple, I win on the second one anyways. But it's just you drop 3 and you can do 3. It just feels so delicious.
I mean, that part of that is because you've already had a good game where you can triple to begin with,
Yeah.
which generally implies that your opponent's scrambling a bit, or they didn't cancel, or like you just kept field, at which point they're probably behind by a little bit.
Yeah.
All in all, that's all solid. Let's do our conventional thing, but since it's only an EB, we'll go with top 2 cards in each color. So
We can't even do each other. There's like the first 2 are like less than half the set.
Yeah, I know, but we can still do that. So top 2 cards in each color.
Sure. Can I just like give all of my votes to dank memes?
You
Sure.
can abstain from the vote and just say dank meme every time we ask you a question. Yes, that is something within your physical capabilities. Yellow, it's a good question. What
The
do I
double
give?
rare is definitely making it in yellow.
I think I give it to... is this the one?
Double rare is still the best, right? Like
Yeah, it's just the double rare is
Yeah,
definitely the best.
double rare, and then the stock bomb, probably?
Yeah, the stock bomb is also really good.
Well, I'm giving it to your spicy card, man. Like I think the stock bomb is a stock bomb, fantastic card, but the spicy card is
You
Very
mean
deep.
the one with the Ricky cost that like digs 5 deep?
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
give it to
like
that.
that card a lot. I don't know if it'll put in very much work because you're also playing in a deck where you want a Ricky. So the amount of stock you have to spend, like I think of a lot of decks as having a number of Ricky slots, both in terms of deck construction and number of times you're willing to play it. And this card directly competes with an actual Ricky, which
Yeah,
is a pretty big deal.
for sure. But I mean,
I mean, it is a more interesting card for sure. Like
yeah,
that's not disputable, and I think that's worth consideration. If we had a top three, it'd be in the top three.
yeah. So I think it's a division, a little division between the Stock Bomb and this. Stock Bomb is a more practical card, though, I will admit, too. So
Yes, and El Prez is going to say dank meme, dank meme.
Dank meme, dank meme.
Excellent. And for green, I think the best card is the Ricky, and I don't think it's close because that card is dumb.
Isn't the
Yeah.
Azusa in green?
No, that's red. And then
Oh, yeah.
the second best card I think is the 1/0 counter. I also don't think that's particularly close.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I like the anti-level bomb, but I think the 1/0 counter is going to put in work way more.
I think
Yeah,
in
I think-
context, because you do have some startup effects that matter, you do kind of need that level. The 1K, the one free cost 2K counter. There we go.
yeah.
Right. Now in
for red, I want to put the 1/0 Rise as the best card.
Okay, so I'm going to put the 3/2 Chino and Coco because this card guy doesn't. And my second best card is the second Chino and Coco because that's the one that'll draw me into the climax.
Okay.
Now, real talk, it'll be the 0/0 Azusa because I'm not a memester like everyone says I am.
Yeah,
I
my
am.
best card is the 1/0, and the second best card is the change from the 1/0.
Yeah, okay, so you heard it here first. World Champ likes crappy 1/0 change and crappy 1/0 change target.
But real talk, yeah, I think Lychee's evaluation is just very, very obvious. Like,
I don't think you need to be good at Weiss to come to that particular conclusion.
Yeah.
As for blue, this is actually an interesting one. I think the brainstorm is actually first.
I
followed by
completely agree on the brainstorm. I think the brainstorm is really good.
Yep, followed by the 1/0 because the rest of the cards will kind of shrug.
yeah.
I mean, the rest of the cards for blue were actually meant for like mostly the mono blue deck, or they are the key parts of the best shot deck.
Well, I mean, I guess the runner gives a much needed runner to the deck.
Yeah, the runner's fine, but you're not having. I don't think your blue count's high enough for the main deck for that to be reliable.
Oh no, for sure. In the main deck, I run the set one, the yellow free runner.
Yeah, I would definitely run that over the blue runner in this context.
But that card isn't Rabbit House.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if it's Rabbit House or not, because
You don't have any field requirements anymore, right? You don't need to check for trade on board anymore.
I literally play it for the turn 1/+1. So my zero game, I've told you before, my zero game is entirely every single card gives me a +1, except for Azusa, which is OP.
Nothing in the Rabbit House deck, and I say this liberally, checks for Rabbit House anymore that would care about searching up the runner, right?
I mean, sure, that's fair enough. It's just that I've seen people play the old Rabbit House deck with the
Yellow
yellow
runner.
runner,
But-
and get completely boned.
But the thing is, their level 1 combo required full field Rabbit House before, did it not?
I don't actually remember.
All I remember is like trait was really important for set 1, but now it's irrelevant almost. You just need enough Rabbit House to like make sure your combo still works, that you have enough search targets in your
enough.
deck.
I think that's pretty reasonable. But all in all, those are the ratings. Is this a deck that's easy for new players to play? Because this is an anime people like, that people have apparently watched. though
Okay,
I'm
It's
not
a
really.
joke. This
So-
deck is a joke to
So the
play.
way I see it, it has the most straightforward level 1 game plan that you could possibly ask for. It's not doing any tricks, it's just kill them. If you can't kill them, move on with your life. Its level 1 game isn't very tricky either. It's very straightforward. And the level 3 game is like taking a sledgehammer to, I don't know, someone's head.
Yeah, I think this is one of those decks that Philip McKay would write a blog post and say it's very complex, but it really isn't.
Shots fired.
Shots are being fired. Now, one last thing I want to address before we cap it off. What the hell is this picture? No one's gonna answer. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to answer our own question. We do actually do a little bit of planning before each episode, and it was decided that we wanted to have Burn One as the picture of choice.
There, you can see it now.
And Burn One, for those uninitiated, is the name of a previously quite prolific Weiss Schwarz blog.
Until he
run
moved to
by-
the Midwest and, as far
run
as the
by
world was
one-
concerned, died.
Yes. Rest in peace, Kitters. May your taste ever be bad.
As a point of reference, the model I've used for these images is directly correlated to the same structure I used for the first GochiUsa video, where we found the fat rabbit and put it on top of the head. And that definitely prompted, like, solid 10 minutes of laughter from me, just, like, constantly. It was
I
perfect.
think you just really wanted to boast about your MS Paint skills, and I respect that.
All I did was crop it. It was
I
great.
respect that. All right. Well, that's probably gonna do it from us at Top Tier Tiers. You can visit our blog, drop a like, comment, a sub, whatever. Our guest, Mr. Anime, his site is StrictlyBroken, youtube.com/StrictlyBroken, no spaces. We'll leave a link in the description. I'm obligated to do this now because we've used this effigy, but Mr. Kit King's blog is kitori.wordpress.com. It is, and our blog is toptiertiers.org. Drop a visit if you want to see fresh and crispy deck lists. Like, well, my Rabbit House list is actually really bad because I haven't updated it since I've talked to people who've tested it. But yeah, you'll find content there occasionally, and yeah, if you're still with us, thanks for listening. And
With that, we're almost caught up on set reviews.
yeah, we're just, there's another set around the corner, and we're only one behind. And then we have a special catch-up episode for something that has been requested many times, ironically. So from us at Top Tier Tiers and from this kid at Strictly Broken, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.